What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 153.
Let's go.
Whoop, whoop. We're bringing you that live Monday energy. Whoo!
I just came back from Nashville. You, I'm sure, have also had a long, busy weekend. It's been great. Monday energy time.
Yes. But we're happy to be here with all of you. Quick introductions. Hello, I'm Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
We're going to be covering anime news, Solo Leveling finale, other recommendations of stuff to check out, and a whole bunch more. So stick around for all of that. This nice little bar will let you know what we're covering.
Yeah. And if you're in the chat, if you're in the comments, etc., we want to hear what you have to say. We love hearing from you guys. You are so much fun. We love everyone in this bar. I do want to start with something before we get into the news. Very important. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. There is no LGBT. There is no LGB without the T. We love you. We see you. Stick around, friends. We adore you.
Yes.
All right. That is the most important news of the night, of course.
Yes.
I'm ready to start when you are.
I was like,
third.
This is true. We need to change it. I was looking over at the chat, so I was like, yes. So if you are live in the chat, join us live. And if you're watching later, awesome comment down below. Thank you to the people who comment later. We see those comments. Really appreciate it. So let's get into news and things we're excited about.
So I may have screamed this morning when I got this press release in my inbox. Not gonna lie. Ketchup Entertainment acquires worldwide rights to Coyote versus Acme. It's finally getting distributed, you guys. Ketchup Entertainment came through as the hero. If you're going, why does that sound familiar? They were the distributor for The Day the Earth Blew Up, the fully animated Looney Tunes movie that dropped in theaters, is still in theaters. You should go see it. I'm going to go see it again with a friend who hasn't seen it yet. A+, highly recommend, seriously. I'm not subtle. It doesn't matter. Ketchup Entertainment today announced its acquisition from Warner Brothers Pictures of worldwide rights to Coyote vs. Acme, a live-action animated hybrid film that brings the iconic Looney Tunes character Wile E. Coyote to the big screen. So we are looking, as far as I can tell, I believe we're looking at a 2026 release. So not this year. I've seen the 2026 date elsewhere. I'm trying to find it in the press release to make absolutely certain I am correct, and I don't see it in here. So soon, at some point.
Soon is better than the who
then
knows.
Never.
Yeah.
Then never. It was gonna be never, and now it is in the hands of a distributor who has demonstrated that they care, has already released the Looney Tunes movie. So now we can mark our calendars for soon in the future. It's happening to finally see Coyote versus Acme. I am beyond excited for this. Excellent news. Thank you, Ketchup Entertainment. Let's go.
Yes.
A lot of opinion in that news piece, but no regrets. Truly.
Yeah, that's okay. We are fans at the core of all this. We're bringing you information, but we're still fans too. I was real quick going to give a quick shout out. We got a live chat. No, Laura says, happy last of March, first day of April, everyone. Also me having flashbacks to Your Lie in April. There we go. Thanks for sharing. And I was like, I think I watched that one. That's that thing where you're like, yes.
I'm trying.
How much trauma?
I was trying to remember if that's the one with the musical adaptation.
It's like, good question.
I think it is. I think Your Lie in April is the one that has a Frank Wildhorn musical adaptation.
That is not the one I watched, but there's another one that I'm like, another one of those traumatic or emotional, not traumatic, emotional ones.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Hang on, now I have to look this up.
I was like, let me see the cover, because it's that thing that I'm like, the one that I saw that I was like, I think in my head they were around the same time, even though they probably are not. I'm like, wait. You know what we need?
Your Lie in April does have the Frank Wildhorn musical adaptation. I knew I remember that from somewhere. For those going, why does that sound so familiar? He did the Death Note musical adaptation. He also did the Jekyll and Hyde musical adaptation, which is straight up cursed. It's a fun show. Anyway, Frank Wildhorn does a lot of wonderful and also off-the-wall things. So, yes, there is a musical adaptation of Your Lie in April scored by Frank Wildhorn. Let's go, kids. We have a great time here.
And completely unrelated, because then I'm like, wait, why on earth would I think these are around the same thing? They're not even out the same year. Was
I went over here. You're going over here. So our tangents are indeed making a corner. Please continue.
it was Anohana, the flower we saw that day. So that's the
Oh
one
my
that,
God.
which I'm like, no, but why are those? Don't know why those wires are
Oh.
crossed, but
Anohana will 110% mess you up.
yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful show that will just wreck you.
Yep. In a
I
good way.
haven't seen it, but I have heard the things.
I was good until the very end, and that's when I was like, "This is so good."
Mother's Basement
But yes,
released a video
okay.
about
Oh.
get
Mhm.
traumatized in 13 episodes or less. And it's basically like, if you need a good cry, here's these anime. Anohana was there. Now and then here and there, I think is the title, was on that list.
I don't think I know that one.
Cyberpunk was on that list. There's Violet Evergarden. So
Yes, that's a good one.
there's definitely a few. They're just like, oh my God. Not
You know,
surprised to
sometimes
see.
you
Yeah.
want a good cry.
Yeah. The contents of the list do not surprise me, truly. Just from what I've picked up in the periphery, I'm not surprised.
I'm not sure, looking back to what comment Gigaderic goes, is that the one with the Galactic Mermaid? I'm like, question mark? What?
I'm not sure which one we're
That's
talking about
I'm gonna
here.
jump that. What?
That is one context as to which one you're asking
Yes.
about.
Gigaderic also says, also hi from the bottom of the barrel.
A solid foundation.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. All right. Continuing on with news. There we go. Speaking of well-known titles and people really enjoying them, Tokyo Pop has got the Spanish language license edition of the hit series Heaven's Official Blessing. And this one I have not read, but I have seen images. I've seen cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
I know what it looks like. It looks gorgeous.
There's a live action. There's a manhwa. There's, I believe there's like novels. Uncertain. Yes, this is a super popular one.
It's very pretty.
And now it's available in Spanish.
Indeed. So it's a if you are totally unawares, it's a fantasy romance series set in ancient China. And so now is part of the Tokyo Pop Spanish language catalog. Woot. And if there's anything else, I was seeing if there's any particular dates I guess would be available now.
Nice.
And last little bit was from Tokyo Pop's editor-in-chief, this quote, Heaven's Official Blessing is a unique and noteworthy addition to our Spanish catalog, and we are excited to support the continued evolution and localization of this standout series. End quote. Awesome. Yay. So yeah, go check it out. If you have anybody in your life or yourself who wants to check it out in Spanish, Heaven's Official Blessing, available via Tokyo Pop.
Always supporting media being made available in more language.
Yes.
Languages. Gracious. Happy Monday.
And I was like, I think I'm continuing on with news.
You are.
Yes. Yep. Also, actually, wait, these all kind of go. Oh, there we go. So over on High Dive, we have a series coming out April 6th. This is a reverse isekai. Yandere Dark Elf brings some rom-com fun to High Dive. So the title is Yandere Dark Elf. And this is Fantasy Comes to Earth this spring for anime fans. And it is a reverse isekai. I was like, oh, fun.
Yeah.
I like that there's not as many of those, so I feel that could be entertaining. It will be streaming exclusively on the AMC Network's platform of High Dive. And it was, the official English language subtitle trailer is available. And just get ready for starting on April 6th.
So this Saturday.
I know, right? We're all,
this Saturday. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We pay rent tomorrow. Woohoo.
Woo. No fooling, right?
Yep. All right. Continuing on with news. This is if you were watching last week, we went, oh, we have news. And then I looked at the embargo and went, just kidding.
No.
This is that news. We are allowed to release it now. It is past the embargo. So, for those of you who are fans of Bungo Stray Dogs, you are going to be eating well this year. The anime series Bungo Stray Dogs 10th anniversary project launch. The anime series Bungo Stray Dogs, which first aired in April 2016, will celebrate its 10th anniversary of its anime adaptation in April 2026. So, eating well next year. To mark the occasion, Kadokawa has unveiled the official 10th anniversary logo. In the lead up to this milestone, a variety of special projects will be rolled out throughout the year. Fans can look forward to 12 pre celebration projects running monthly over the course of the year leading up to April 2026. So, again, if you're following us on our socials, we will post this logo. We will talk a little bit about these anniversary projects. They look mostly like they're taking place in Japan. We have all night screening events. We have one for season 1 that's going to be April 19th. We have one for season 2, and that's going to be April 26th. There is also a Bungo Stray Dogs and Chuya Nakahara Memorial Museum collaboration, 3rd edition. So, returning after 7 years, this beloved collaboration is back. A Kadokawa Bunko collaboration cover project. In June, 2 new collaboration cover editions will be released as part of the 9th year of this series. Stay tuned for more details. So follow Kadokawa's social medias, and also if you want more information, the website is bungosd, bungosd.com/10th anniversary, 10th anniversary. And the official Twitter account is at bungosd_anime. So again, if you are a fan of Bungo Stray Dogs, you're going to have a heck of a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mentioned the date April 6th. We have more April 6th and more rom-com coming your way.
Right.
We had mentioned Witch Watch last week, I think, or so.
Yes.
So the new news is there's a new English language trailer available. We had talked about some of the English voice cast being who they are. And the reminder for you all, check it out streaming on April 6th. And that will be the subtitle version, and the English language dub version will be coming out on April 27th. So mark your calendar so you can maybe watch it once, and then you get a little time and get to watch it all over again.
Yeah.
And you can go follow their information at witchwatch_en on Twitter, Instagram, and then over on YouTube, they have YouTube witchwatch-anime. Sweet.
All right.
I was like, wait, I'll do the movie announcement one now too. Yes. All right. So movie announcements. We are always excited for anime coming to theaters. And if you had not got a chance to get onto the awesome series that is, I'm like, wait, hold on, I have props. Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
I didn't make Kaiju, and then I have my character that's still wrapped up there. So they are doing a subbed. There's a sub trailer out for it. There's going to be Kaiju number 8, Mission Recon. So similar to how Solo Leveling had an omnibus film and had some new stuff, Kaiju number 8 is doing that. So if you want that refresher or you want to bring your friends into the series, this is an excellent opportunity for that.
I believe they said they were also doing a new episode, like a little side episode as part of it.
Yeah, I was looking here.
I'm remembering that correctly.
Yes. Omnibus will feature action-packed recap of the season 1, plus a new original episode, Hoshina's Day Off. I was thinking, oh, nice. A day off, a rare day of peace for the Defense Force. Love it. It will be done in English, obviously, There will be English subtitles or a dub version, your choice. And where is it? The dates. Yes, the dates for the North American premiere coming to theaters, April 13th, 14th, and 16th. So those tickets are available now. So check your local listing at your theater to get those tickets set for you. And again, this is a really fun series. If you've not checked it out, it's very funny. It is the what happens when a kaiju is destroyed and it's just this like giant body there. There's a cleanup crew, and that is your protagonist, but maybe he dreams of bigger things and gets some encouragement along the way. And so it's a really funny, action-packed, and really good series. So this is a great way, again, to refresh or bring your friends in and get some new content. So, yay.
Yeah. Continuing on with Anime in theaters. We mentioned this a little while ago, but now tickets are on sale for Colorful Stage the Movie, a Miku Who Can't Sing. Limited theatrical event on April 17th through 20th only. So, yes, if you would like to see this in America, for the US theaters, it's April 17th through 20th only. In Canadian cinemas, it begins on May 11th. While supplies last, each attendee who purchases a ticket at a participating theater in the US will receive one free postcard containing a serial code for use in the Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage mobile game. So there is that, which is also fun. So, yes, if you would like to see a Hatsune Miku movie, it's coming to theaters in a
Woot.
couple weeks, April 17th through 20th, and tickets are on sale now. Continuing on with things that are on sale starting tomorrow, actually. Crunchyroll has sent us a reminder of all of their home entertainment offerings that are going to be available for the month of April. So I'm going to run down this list for you guys real fast, just as a quick reminder, because they send us these seasons and seasons in advance. So we probably read these off, I don't know, maybe in December. So having a reminder is very nice. So on April 1st, Berserk of Gluttony, the complete season on Blu-ray. On April 8th, Shangri-La Frontier Season 1 Part 2, One Piece Collection 37, episodes 892 through 916, A Certain Scientific Railgun T, and Chillin' in Another World with Level 2 Super Cheat Powers, the complete season. And at the end of the month, on April 29th, Classroom of the Elite Season 3. So if you are interested in any of these, head to the Crunchyroll store. They are all dropping this month. Again, we are firm believers in getting these for the gift giving season or doing pre-orders.
Or for
So
yourself, you know.
or for yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Like gift giving season, it's April. You never know when someone's gift giving season is in. My birthday's in May. That's my
Nice.
gift giving season.
You're like, it's all year, depending on when your friends are, their birthdays are. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you probably have a friend with a birthday every month, whether or not you know it. So the gift giving season is all the time. It just depends on what you're doing.
Yes.
And continuing on with lovely reminders from Crunchyroll, which we appreciate. This one, this came to us right after we recorded last week. So we're a little behind the 8 ball on that one. So it's another series of nice reminders. Season finales for the winter 2025 anime season. It ended this past week. So season finales included on Sunday, March 23rd, Zenshu. On Monday, Medaka Kuroiwa is impervious to my charms. Wednesday was Honey Lemon Soda, ReZero Season 3, Ave Mujica. Thursday was Trillion Game with a double episode finale, and Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You, which is a heck of a title. Continuing with heck of a title, on Friday, the finales were I May Be a Guild Receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Dr. Stone Science Future Part 1 and Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Saturday the 29th was the Solo Leveling Season 2 finale. And Sunday the 30th, yesterday, finales for Shangri-La Frontier Season 2, The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You Season 2, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Season 2, and Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World Season 2. So, those are all the series and seasons where if you were going, yeah, that looks fun, but I kind of want to wait for the whole thing so I can binge it, check that list. A lot of stuff from winter has ended. A lot of stuff for spring is premiering this week and this weekend. So if you wanted to binge something, it's available. It's available. Now is a very good time. So thank you, Crunchyroll, for both of those reminders. It's very helpful to have those present in the brain. And let's keep talking about season finales.
Yes.
Actually, let's talk about the season as a whole, shall we?
We shall, but we also have a very special person who is here with us. I think getting settled in their space digitally, you know, we can connect to people anywhere.
Yes. The wonders of the internet.
Yes, I was just
now
looking,
that I'm not having another Wi-Fi outage.
Yeah, right. I know. I was like,
that was the fun of. I think that was last week. Was that Wi-Fi outage?
Our special guest, give me a thumbs up if you're good, because I think you should be able to hear me. Yay! All right. So, welcome. We get our drum roll. Brrr, welcome back, Caitlin. Whoop whoop.
Hello.
Hey guys. Y'all keep going in and out, so I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or yours, but let's see how long this lasts.
We hear you great.
Okay,
can see
good.
you. We can hear you. Yeah, it's
Yes.
good.
Awesome.
So
Welcome back. Thank you for coming
Thanks.
back.
Thank you. Happy to just pop in for a few minutes. I wasn't sure if I was
yes.
going to be able to make it. So,
So glad you're able to
Well,
make it. And
yeah.
we feel this way as well. Morningstar Banff season finale was phenomenal.
Indeed.
Yes. Congratulations on the season being done, at least the subtitled version. Where are you in the process for the dub version?
we are in episode 24 right now. I just recorded Alex today.
All right.
So I
Right.
just have a few bits and pieces of that episode to finish up, and we'll get started on 25.
Nice.
So
Right.
yeah.
Is there anything that you're most looking forward to? I mean, obviously, if people haven't watched the dub, we don't want to do spoilers, but is there anything that you're like, oh my gosh, or like, secret
I
coded?
cannot wait for people
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
We've seen it in the sub. I cannot wait for people to see the dub. Do you have any moments that you can say hype for this one?
Definitely the fight with the Ant King. So what we're working
Yes.
on in 24 right now is
All right.
it's just epic. I'm very excited because like we just recorded it today.
Oh,
At least
nice.
Ginu's
Yeah.
part. We'll do the Ant King on Wednesday. And
sweet.
yeah, we've cooked up some pretty cool things, some just different stuff that we can do in the mix in English that will
Okay.
sound different from what Japan did. Just trying to leave
Mm.
our own mark but still being still honoring the anime as it came to us. We're not like changing things.
Yeah.
We're just having fun with how it sounds, and of course continuing to inject the personality for Ginu that the English audiences have become accustomed to. So there's some more of that. It's good. It's just good stuff, you guys. It's great.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to it. Remind me, has the casting for the Ant King been announced?
It has. Playing the Ant King is Ernesto Jason Liebrecht.
Fun.
Yeah, dub fans would know
Fun.
him as like Zeke Yeager from Attack on Titan or Dobby from My Hero Academia. Jason and I go way back to both of our early careers in this business. I think I met Jason in 2005, 2006. Yeah, we work really, really well together, and I'm very excited for the future of the Ant King character, which I won't talk about because I know there are people out there who haven't read the manhwa, who haven't watched it in
Right.
sub, and I think that's really refreshing. So, without spoiling things, there's a lot to come from him, and I knew
Yes.
that we never know how a character is going to translate from the page to the screen. Yeah, I just know what their story arc is going to be, but I don't know what Japan is going to do with them vocally or how they'll animate them. So I had to pick an actor that I knew was really versatile and very fearless. Essentially someone who can like measure up to Alex. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's just Jason. It's a no-brainer for me. So yeah, it's really exciting. We've heard him in episode 23 is when he came out for the first time. And he sounds really cool and terrifying. And we had a lot of fun crafting what that voice would sound like, both coming from the actor and also from the mix perspective in post. It was
Ooh,
very
yeah.
fun. And there will be an evolution to that sound as well, just even in the very next episode and then the one after that. So, yeah.
Was there anything new or any particular tricks that you did in the mix for that voice that you're particularly proud of? Because I know you had fun with layering Arise when you
Oh
had
yeah,
the chance.
we still layer stuff all the time. We talked about Ginu's activated voice with the lit up eyes and how we'll kind of pick and choose the moments to do the layering. Because if you do it too much, you get sick of it. For the Ant King, we listened to the Japanese, not just performance, but their mix as well. And I knew before I ever even heard them that I wanted to lean into the insect aspect of the Ant King, at least at this point in time, knowing that it would be possible that Japan would just go what I call the ware ware route, like where it's just yet another villain with that deep, low voice. I don't think their Seiyu actually did that, but I was expecting that, and knew that I would want to do something different. They already had some really cool effects on the voice in Japanese. There's a thing you can do in mix where you create a sound and it is triggered to a voice. So you have the voice talking and then this other noise. And in the case of the Japanese mix, it's this weird kind of chittering or like apple crunching sound. And you only hear it when the sound is coming from the actor. They are connected. It's triggered by that. That's really cool that Japan got to do that because they had the time when we didn't really do that. But my mixer, Gino Palencia, like promised me that he could definitely do the same thing. He could make it sound like that without doing what they were doing. And I'm like, okay, great. So what you've got for those, people who really want to know when they listen, like, what did I just hear? Jason is in there doing a voice. It's not just his voice, it is a thing that he's doing. Mainly, he's leaning into the Ant King not really knowing how to speak, right? He's trying talking for the very first time. And so it should not sound human. It should just sound weird and alien, if anything else. So Jason's doing that. And then there's a pitched down version of the voice that is a little scarier and more monster. And then there's a pitched up version that is very insect, like very, very insect sounding. And then I don't know what all else the mixer did, but he can do, when you highly affect a sound file, it can give it all of these bizarre qualities. So he did that to it, and that is what creates the insect noise in addition to those 3 distinct layers, or if you stop and listen, you can hear them all. So that's what's going on just in episode 23. Episode 24, we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah. He gets to go through a lot of ups and downs, shall we say.
Yeah,
I'll
literally.
be back in 2 weeks to go into the specifics of, okay, so what was the other one? Because this is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Also, you had mentioned, like that kind of quick turnaround. So now that we're kind of almost to the end of this season, season, there's just so much to cram into it. How does this show measure up to other projects you've worked on of just trying to get so much in such a condensed amount of time and that turnaround from subtitled to dub version? Like, how was that experience for you as a whole on this show?
I think it's honestly pretty similar to other series that work on the 2-week timeline. And that doesn't mean I have 2 weeks to work on it. And that's something that is maybe a misconception. Like, I don't really know why some shows have the 2 weeks separate from like sub first, 2 weeks later dub, why others have same day. No clue. Above my pay grade. But as far as I still have the same number of days to get it done. From the minute I get my script to when I turn it in, I've got 5 days to do an episode. So that's really hasn't been any different. And thankfully, because we have the manhwa, like we know where the story's going. I had a bit of a breakdown, so I knew where the season was going to end. The AC just kicked on, so I hope that's not too loud. But I didn't.
No, you're good.
I didn't know how. And you mentioned like how many things are getting crammed into the story. It does feel a little bit like cramming, but I don't personally think it's in a bad way. I think the viewer's experience with watching the show, to me, really mimics the reader's experience with the manhwa. It is a page turner. And then once you get to the end of the story, you go back and you look at all of the art again because you know that it was really awesome, but you're just trying to follow the story. And so it didn't bother me that here we are in episode 23 and it's like, here's a bunch more characters, and in episode 25, it's like, and some more characters. Like that is what keeps you turning the pages, right? That's what keeps you going to get the next volume as soon as possible. So we just hope that the next season comes as soon as possible.
Because we haven't had any news on season 3 as far as anyone knows.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
I'm like you guys. I'm waiting to find out too.
We're not fishing. I'm just confirm. Like,
it's a good question.
Nope.
Yeah.
As far as we know, hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, now that you're almost to the end of it, and you did join us recently, so thank you again for being back. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the fans watching the show, or anything else that you're like, oh, I didn't get to that last time, that you would like to share?
Oh man, I don't remember what all we talked about. What episode were we on that week?
It was a couple.
I know we were like, oh wait, was that?
It was.
Well,
I want to say probably a solid month. So
yeah.
Yeah. We were less episode specific and
And
more.
more just
Yeah.
talking about the
I
show.
think the dub was just doing the ogres at that point.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. That's possible.
Because I believe that the news of the casting had dropped, but we weren't able to discuss it.
Yeah.
So I think that's that point in the timeline.
right.
But yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to be specific. It
No,
could be general
no,
things
just
too. Yeah.
a whole season project as a whole, anything where you're just like, this was a funny story. Anything.
Or recent fun stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
We always, I don't know, there's always fun stuff going on. Like I work with my friends, you know?
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we have a great time with each other, even when we're doing the hard work. And
Mm.
that's honestly what's really fulfilling, whether it's, listening to Alex ugly cry for 3 hours while we get a scene just right, or
Excellent.
yeah, or working on like this Ant King fight. We
Mhm.
oh, so
The
Alex
episode was the
actually,
Demon Castle boss fight. Thank
yeah,
you,
the
Gabriel.
last time.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, Demon Castle, so that's Beru. Okay, that was a great one. That was episode 20. Cool. Good to know.
Okay.
But I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I think that was
about
because
to
we're
say
covering it on a
something
sub
good.
schedule.
Well,
So I think that
while
we
you're
were
grabbing
talking,
it,
yeah.
while you're grabbing the thought, though, Nora Laura, I wanted to share this one. Both as a sub and dub watcher, all I can say is the Dubcast is doing an S rank job with every episode.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for watching both. I remembered what I was going to say. It's actually been a couple of weeks since I worked with Alex because
Yeah.
he recorded like early on at the beginning of some episode,
Mhm.
20, maybe 22, and got all of his stuff done like on the first day that we started that episode. But then we knew that in 23, he wouldn't have anything to say except exchange at the very
Oh,
end.
right. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
I don't even need a script. Let's record that right now. So we did. So I hadn't actually worked with him in about 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And I was a little bit anxious. I think we always are when we have to come back together. Like, are we going to be in sync like we usually are? Have we been too like apart from each other to really like, to use the phrase everyone's using nowadays, lock in and and move along? But it's always like riding a bike. We get in there
No.
and we literally share a brain. And because there's a delay through Source Connect, like I start to tell him something and then he starts to tell me the exact same thing at the same time, or he can't hear what I'm saying. I'm talking to the engineer, telling him to move something or do something, or say, we're going to come back in and get this one part in a second. And Alex is already asking, can I come back in and get that one part again? Because so I don't know how we do it, but I'm really grateful that we do. It helps keep things moving along. It just creates an environment like of mutual respect. So he's free to suggest or ask for anything, and he trusts anytime I say that's not going to work, because like we don't really, not that any actors fight with me about that stuff, but like it's just a really smooth and very fun and rewarding process. Yeah.
Well, good.
Nice.
Mhm.
Well, happy
Yeah,
to hear that. And
Good.
I was like, that's awesome to hear. And then, yeah, we're happy you were able to pop in. I know you've had a long day, but I'm so glad you were able to join us.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
thanks as always for boosting the signal on our little dub.
Of course. Yeah. It's an
Little
amazing
dub,
show.
like it's
Yeah,
not insanely
little.
popular. Just a little, one of the most popular anime out there right now, but sure, Little Dub.
Yeah, I'm
No, y'all
hoping
are
too
killing it.
that because of the delay, that maybe typical sub fans will come around and then watch the dub after, because they missed. There's a solo leveling shaped hole in their heart, and it's like, come watch the dub now. Come to the dark side.
Like, yeah, you already know what's going to happen, but it's still new content.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes stuff pops up differently.
Mhm.
It does. It's localized for a reason. It should hit
Oh,
better. It should hit
Oh, yeah.
more closely. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Is there anything else you would want to say to the audience, to the fans of the show? Open
You
forum?
guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thanks for all of your shout outs and everything on social media. We love it. We really love to hear it. It keeps us motivated and energized and inspired. So thank you. Thank you for clipping all your favorite scenes and tagging us in them. We really do work extra hard to make this very special show perfect. So it's nice to hear when you guys like it. Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. Well, thank you again for joining us and
sure.
hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, I agree. Good night, guys. Thank
Have a
you.
lovely evening. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yay!
She's wonderful.
So
She's
delightful.
so good.
It was a yay, we can join for a little bit.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll take it. Yay.
Yes, just like, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
I love hearing about technical stuff like the layering and whatnot. It just, I'm not an audio editor, so hearing people go, here's the thing you did, here's all the little specific bits, and here's how they all fit together. Once someone explains that to you and like isolates the little bits and lets you hear them, you can taste every flavor in the sandwich, as it were, as opposed to that's a sandwich. It's like, oh, here's all the components. I understand now. I love that. I love it so much.
Yeah, I agree. I love all the behind the scenes. I like hearing the little details because I mean, we're all watching the same show, but like, what are some other things that like we might not know about? Or you hear it and you're like, oh, that sounds cool, but hey, guess what? It's even cooler than you know. I do want to pull up this comment. It was pretty funny. So it's Zenitsu versus Danny Demon Slayer versus My Hero Academia in the end. So there can only be one cake in the dub. I'm a Dobby, Danny.
So it's supposed to be a Dobby. I think that was a
I think it was Dobby. Yeah,
the D and the N are next to each other on the keyboard.
So Zenitsu versus Dobby and My Hero.
So
I love it.
I know Jason Liebrecht. If I'm remembering this correctly, he's a Crow in RWBY, and that man kills it. Just 110% kills it. So that's fun. That's so much fun.
And then Gigadare goes, there's always something different with the dub, like episode 2 with Hunter Kim.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
And I've watched some shows and they've explained some things differently or how they broke something down. And so that was really kind of fun to see those differences. All right. So now we're going to get into covering the episode. So if you're not up to date, you're going to wait and then come back.
Yep. You can mute the video. And then when we swap the lower third, that's when you know to come back in.
Gigadare goes, if you're familiar with the TFS, they used to put out behind the scenes with their audio editing, and I think also described it as a sandwich. Nice. I mean, it makes sense. Like, here are the layers.
I've seen Team 4-Star stuff, but I hadn't realized that they'd use it as a sandwich. That was just what my brain handed me. So I'll take it. I'll take the audio sandwich.
So now definitely diving in. Again, if you have not watched the episode, we're going right into it because I wanted to lead with, I don't know if y'all can tell, I wore my zombie earrings for bringing people back from the dead.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say, I called it. Rezzing the healer.
I do like that it was
say
the option we did not predict, a res the healer and let him rest in peace. I was like,
I don't think any of us realized that was an option. We've seen him I guess way at the beginning, like we saw him let some of the soldiers go so he could res the mages. This is like season 1 stuff. I just guess I think we hadn't considered that it was an option. I will say I appreciate the turn the camera off. Now it's like all right, yep, nope, that makes sense. Turn the camera off now. I did appreciate that moment of like, hey, he would be a very powerful ally to you. However, he's never liked fighting. Can you please let him go? And pointing out, he's like, yeah, this reminds me of the Red Gate. And I'm sitting here going, why? You rezzed another one of his guys? Like, is that what I was like? No, it's the difference between an order and a heartfelt request. And I'm like, he's having a hard day. He's just really having a hard day. Throw him a bone, sir.
Yep. So predictions, right? Yep, we were on that. A cry. I did. I got teary-eyed. I was like, oh, he's back, and he waved at his friend, and then like he gets to rest in peace.
Like, okay, that's really sweet. Also, I had not realized that Cha had an entire chunk taken out of her side. What the hell? Again, I'm sitting here going, why did he not heal her first?
Yes.
I know it's because we need drama, but why did he not? Nitpicking at something from this side of the fourth wall when in story it's a very heat of the moment, things are going to hell sort of thing. So
And
Yeah.
that's agreed. Giga Derek says didn't call the double res, but didn't call res and retire. Yep.
Yeah.
I also just really appreciate that it was because we've also talked about like how much of them is in there or not, but it felt like it was still kind of his vibe and energy. And as
He
the
was in
healer,
there.
yeah, that was still the smile and like bye to his friend versus the other ones. I feel the other ones are a bit more.
Iron for me is the debatable one.
Mm,
Because Iron did start out as human, and we're not sure where
yes.
the line is between the more intelligent monsters and the
Mhm,
again, I'm still
mhm.
very much going, it's a game. It's a simulation.
Mm.
Someone's
Yeah.
pulling the strings.
Okay.
And then in the last few minutes of of this episode, we got, oh yeah, someone's pulling the strings. Something's up.
Mhm,
We played the pronoun game for a solid 3 minutes. Something's up.
Also, we called so the other res, no Laura goes, give me a kiss, has finally joined the Sanjinwoo Shadow Squad. Yes.
And he got
Yiru.
summoned twice, and he got a magical girl transformation both times.
Pew! It's like
Yeah.
a wing.
Yeah, and the way
He's
it was
so
very much a
pretty.
magical girl transformation. I'm like, all right, okay. I'm kind of hoping that because the first time it was, the first time summoning him, and the second time it was the whole big cinematic, here's the entire army. So, like, of course. But I'm kind of wondering, should we get next season is a question, but we're still going to talk hypothetical season 3,
Mhm,
you know.
mhm.
I would love to see in, hypothetical season 3 whether he always kind of has the magical girl transformation each time, or if he starts getting a bog standard summon like everyone else. Like,
Right.
you can't play the cutscene every time. The Sakuga budget
Mhm,
has to go to other places too.
mhm.
But yeah, and the fact that he as a summon talks, that it's the general rank, it's
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
okay, this is all new. And
Yep.
also, holy shit, 4,000 ants. And those are the
Yes.
ones that weren't dead.
Yep.
4,000 ants. Like, okay, yikes.
Yeah, let's go get rid of those. Yep. And then no, Laura also adds, I love how Sung just tells all the S rank, like, you can leave, let me finish the job with Demon Blade. Oh, hey, I'm level 100. Yeah, so now he hit level 100.
I do love that they were very specific to point out that he hit level 100 before he rezzed Gimme Kiss. And it makes me wonder if that general rank became available because of that.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Could be. Could be. Again, I question things about this world building and I pick it apart looking for what's up.
Yeah, no,
I'm
there was something else
very
about this
amused.
Mm.
I'm very amused that they built a memorial in like 3 days. Like, it's been a few days since it, and we've erected a memorial. And I'm like, you've put up the
Yep.
Washington Monument. How?
Yep.
I did appreciate pointing out the two schools of thought of if he hadn't been there, we probably wouldn't have won at all. But if he'd gone from the get-go, we may have had less loss of life.
Mhm.
So there's I mean, you can fan fiction it one way or another.
Yeah.
But there's really no way in world to predict one way or another. And he
Yeah.
wasn't obligated to go.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah, he could have. He probably should have. But I get why he didn't.
Well, and as we've talked about before, they were prepared for the with the information they had. They were not ready for like
They were not ready for Gimme Kiss.
Yes.
Gimme Kiss was on no one's radar.
Oh, yeah. Yay! Chat coming in. I like this. So we also meet a new character very briefly at the end. Question: when did they put Zoro from One Piece on the show? It's our hunter with the two swords, with his pretty ponytail too.
So here's my question, and I hope someone in chat caught this because I honestly don't know. When we got towards the end, when it was the going back and forth between the fighting in the Red Gate and the still frames and the monologuing, etc., and we got basically the villain send up, and the villain send up was pencil me in for murder, the Japanese chairman, someone I didn't hecking recognize, and Timu All Might. Who was the third guy? Was that the guy we just got introduced to, or was that someone I don't remember? Because, like, I could not place them. I feel like maybe it was the guy we just got introduced to, but I don't know. I don't know, and I'm also kind of wondering why it's Timu All Might of all people who gets the big, like, up at the
That was a
top.
weird.
That certainly was an option, so I'm wondering about him.
Also, Giga goes, weird to not see a new skill or quest at 100. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if one did show up and it was just not an opportune time to show it in the middle of literally everything else. To me, that would be a season 3, episode 1. Hey, this popped up when I hit level 100, but I sure was in the middle of something. So let me do that now.
Yep. What was the other thing we got our cameo of our people back on land too. We got our characters. I was glad we get to throw them back in briefly.
I was very amused by the fact that, because the flying ants were the equivalent of A ranks. They were very, very clear
Right.
about that. And that one of them tore through a dozen hunters before an A rank was able to kill it.
Yep.
So why were our like B and C and D ranks on the shore doing okay against the ants?
Teamwork.
That I don't know, man. I don't think that didn't help me the first time around. Like, I get it, and we definitely don't want to kill any of our other people, because I really did appreciate Spectral Gimme Kiss thinning the numbers, and I keep forgetting.
Giga goes,
the new guy is.
Oh,
No
okay.
spoilers. Nuh-uh.
No, you all are very good about it. So okay,
is the new guy the one in the crawl? That's my question. Is the new guy the one that was in the villain pan up? Like, that's what I want to know. Is it the same person? I don't need to know who they are. I don't need to know anything about them. I'm sure we'll come up with a stupid nickname for them at some point.
Well, are
they in the crawl?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
It's like, why did I recognize that guy? Because I saw him for 30 seconds 2 minutes ago for the first time.
Yeah.
Who the heck?
Speaking of fun names, Morningstar Banff goes, the Elf and Beastman are going to be a problem. I just know it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the implication.
Oh, yeah. And Daddy was there, which we've also been like, where did he go?
So at some point, I want to step back and talk about that whole scene. But I feel like that needs to be something a little later on, and we can continue to cover the rest of the episode before that. Starting a new guild. Like, of course he is.
We called that one, too. We were like, he's going to probably just do it with his friends, which makes sense because he's too unique and too egotistical to be underneath somebody and too powerful. Like, he honestly, no, that'd be a power imbalance in a weird way. So it makes way more sense. And I do love the different people like, I'm in your guild, right?
His construction buddy and his sister's friends. Like, you're gonna hire me, right?
Oh yes, love it.
Girl, oh my god.
But he's like, we'll find something for you.
You shouldn't be in Gates. It doesn't go well
yet.
Learn from his mistakes.
Oh no. Hey, she can do more than just be a secretary, but good point.
Oh, I'm kind of feeling like the two of them are going to be the equivalent of our sunglasses guy for the chairman. Just the right and left hand people, if you will. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And then being stuck in traffic because a gate opened up on the freeway, like,
oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it would be that kind of, and the fact that it's so normal that people are like, when are the hunters getting here? Okay, one at a time.
I get to work. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that it's just like leaving the car to go take care of it. I don't know who that guy at the bowl cut was, but he looked like he was 10.
Yes. Looked like a child.
And the fact that it turns into a red gate and Janu's just like, why does this always happen to me? I'm like, you're a protagonist, dude. Deal with it.
This is true. Then, also he should have told his mom. I'm
going to
semi-jump. Yeah, like, oh, shit, I'll probably be like, I mean, with that traffic, he should have been like, yo, it's going real slow. It'll be a while.
Yeah.
But, he's definitely so confident once he's in there, which maybe this is, well, no, it's not a quest because it wasn't assigned. But maybe that's where something new will pop up within that gate. Like, hey, now that you're level 100, here's something.
I get the feeling that we're not going to see the resolution of that gate, that it's, that part of it is just, he's strong enough to solo this on his own, especially with his new ants and general Gimme Kiss. And Yeah, and of course we got the like full on Sans Undertale, one blue flaming eye. Like, all right, on to the next one. Like, okay.
Also with like narrating montage of like, so being a hunter means this. And I was like, well, there's your classic anime season finale.
Oh yeah, and just cutting
I'm
back
okay
and
with that
forth
though, too.
too.
It's still
Yeah,
cool, but it is funny.
I appreciate the redhead fights. Truly. Like, I love the stupid rivalry that
oh
those two
my,
guild leaders have.
yes.
They're
So funny.
ridiculous and I adore them. And I really do like that it's yes, we can 110% work together when the chips are down. And when we're not in super emergency mode, rivalry time, baby. Like, I love it. I love it.
I like this comment. Morningstar Vamp goes, yeah, plus all the women thirsting over a rain suit Genu. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I thought that I'm like, no, just the bummer of what clothes you're stuck in, maybe, unless you can pull something out of inventory.
Yeah, he can get something out of inventory, but it's like,
he's fine.
Whatever.
I
do
just
this
like
in wingtips. It's fine.
He's like, whatever. This is totally
He's
fine. I
already
like this messy
slicked.
wet hair. Yep. He's like, this is fine. And he was just so happy, you know.
And also Cha going, I need to get stronger. I need to catch up to him. And I'm like, honey, do better. Like, I get it, but also do better.
Yes. Yeah, she wants to stand beside him. I do yes, there we go. Gingerbread or ginger snap. Choose your snack. Back to the redheads. I mean, I guess I like that Cha was saying to herself, I want to be stronger.
I don't think I didn't do anything is a fair assessment.
No, not at all. I was like, girl, no, you totally did the killing blow at the end. It was a big deal. Calm down. And you did plenty of fighting before that. I also was like, really? Okay.
I mean,
maybe
Gimme Kiss, nobody did anything. Yeah. They couldn't.
Maybe she could have been I wish I could have done more.
Yeah.
Valid. That's fair. That could have been said. But I didn't do anything. No. Actually, speaking of her, which pseudo ties into our other people, but it's one of those things. Do we think she's also a player in a different way or related to a player because they mentioned somebody else in smelling? You know, it was one of those. We've shown her as a smeller. So you don't think so at all? I'm like,
I want to talk a little bit about, again, do we want to talk about the pronoun game or do we want to talk about Japan? Because I think those are the two big things that we haven't really hit on yet.
To pick your poison.
Let's knock out Japan for now. I think I kind of want to end on the pronoun game because that's going to be fully the wall, the conspiracy board that isn't actually here, but it's here. Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm kind of sitting here going, are you kidding me? Japan just fully pulled out before the problem was taken care of. And I get it. They suffered catastrophic losses, whereas all of the Korean hunters had enough plot armor to survive. Because let's be real, Gimme Kiss probably should have beheaded all of them too. Like, it's definitely a plot armor, narrative convenience, call it what you want, but it's realistically level playing field. They probably should have all been beheaded too. Like, just given the MO.
Yeah.
But whatever. I understand being mad about things not working out. I understand going, oh, we've only got 3 S ranks left. We should leave. I'm still a little mad about pull everyone out and leave everyone to deal with the cleanup. Like, come on. That is, on the one hand, I understand the losses. On the other hand, given that they were very, very clear about the character of this chairman and the fact that he's in the villain scroll at the end, it's like, all right, you don't actually care. It does affect you, but you don't care. And you're mad that people lived that weren't yours.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. Cool. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's probably going to be interesting.
Yeah, we had talked a bit about how, like, that was a, like, what? Surprise of how the Japanese group was we're just going to swoop in and be like, yeah, we saved the day and we're the bestest. And now it's nope, never mind, we're completely out. It's an interesting thing to have it included because so far, we're doing world building and normally it, stays a little more localized. So it's interesting involving another country. And it's Hmm.
I mean, the chairman was very clear talking to Janu about your capabilities have been revealed
Mhm.
on an international stage. And
Yes.
we already know that at least one Korean S
Mhm.
rank has gone elsewhere because
Yep.
Pencil Me In for Murder works in America.
Mhm.
So, it's S ranks don't necessarily stay
Yeah.
put in their country of origin. So it probably wouldn't be unheard of for him to be like, I'm going to work out of this other country. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
It's not surprising that he'd want to stay closer to home, but this is not a local story anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Definitely world
so
stage.
that doesn't surprise
Um,
me.
what do you think of this conspiracy theory? Morningstar Banffco's conspiracy theory here. I don't think the Japan S rank, who we didn't see die, he's still alive, thinks he faked the death.
Godo?
Uh,
Gojo?
yeah, because I'm
Godo?
like,
Godo?
Godo, we saw, well, we
Oh,
saw the
no, we saw the
silhouette,
head
but
go.
yeah, so I'm like,
We
I
saw that
don't think
beheading, we
so.
just saw it
Yeah.
in silhouette, and the
And
fact
we
that
also,
there was a witness who
mm-hmm,
survived and saw
yes.
it happen,
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
no, he's
I don't
as
think it's that.
fun a
No.
plot twist as that would be, I think that was anticlimactic.
How have
Like,
we
it was an
established
anticlimactic way for that man to go.
it was pretty like, what? With this show, have we established how quickly hunters pop up and like awaken? Like if you've
Seems to be
lost,
random.
okay, because if they've lost X amount of people, how long to replace those numbers? I mean, S rank does take a long time because then they were saying they haven't seen one in Korea for like it was at least 5
10
years or 10
years.
years. It was 10. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's been a hot minute.
yeah. But we don't know about other places. So, maybe?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
been a while. I don't know. I know there was a
Mm.
X amount of population is
Mhm.
a hunt
Mhm.
awakens as a hunter, but
Mm.
I don't
Yeah.
think there was any specific frequency.
Yep.
I think it's just a thing that happens,
Yeah.
and then a crapshoot. Because like the famous actor randomly awakened as a hunter.
Did we see what
He's
happened to this? Did he die? I'm like, wait, well, yeah, what
no,
about that? Where did he go?
because he was on the boats doing press stuff, and his guild leader basically said, "Get him the hell out of here."
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would not be surprised if he was then gotten the hell out of there, because as far
Mhm.
as I know, I don't think we saw him, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't him cowering in the corner on the shore, because he wasn't on the shore.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like I'm
I
all,
don't know.
where'd he go? Yeah.
I don't think we saw him in the montage. I think we just kind of shoved him to the side. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a villain later, since we got his yeah.
Hmm.
First
Interesting.
Japanese actor
So,
to die has an extra sad backstory.
is this
Uh,
more in the
her?
manhwa that we get um
I
like
don't
more
know.
backstory on characters? I mean, you don't have to say exactly what it was, but okay, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
wouldn't. It wasn't included in the anime, therefore I think we can consider it to be a spoiler for anime
But
watchers.
that is interesting but it's cool to know that there is like, additional information on characters because I do think some of those characters we just got introduced to so quickly or we didn't
Yeah,
get any context. And that's nice to know that, oh no, there's more about them, even if it is a tragic side story.
yeah. It's just like,
Yes.
hello, goodbye. Boy, you
Yeah.
were not on this mortal coil for very
Yeah.
long,
Whew.
were you?
Yes. You were saying
Yeah.
pronouns. Are we
Oh
on?
my god, the pronoun game. So,
Okay.
for those of you who've never watched CinemaSins, it is a CinemaSins joke. And the idea is that this could have been, this could have been explained if you had actually used a person's name, but because you used a pronoun, things got confused. And so the joke
Mhm.
I've been
Mhm.
making, if I mess something up, is like, yeah, I played the pronoun game and lost. So,
Mm.
bunch of two new characters who,
Mhm.
just from what we've seen, obscenely powerful, do
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
speak Japanese,
Mhm.
probably just, monsters have
Yep.
their own language, and if,
Yep.
Jinyu can speak it, etc.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just show up, wipe out the squad of the A ranks who were there doing cleanup, and then have
Asleep.
a
They're
nice
not dead.
asleep, yeah. and then have a nice little conversation about like, oh yeah, that's totally his energy. Oh, he's helping out the humans. Yeah, he's always been a unique one like that. Oh, should we like I don't remember if should we tell the others was in there, but like, well, our work here is done. Well, I don't want to be involved in this. Well, he's here and he'll take care of it. Oh, it's a good thing she's not here. The stench is terrible. And it's just like, all right, the pronoun game. Cool. So great. I think we've seen our series villains.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we have at least two, a third, presumably because there's a she, and they just left their gates. They made their own gates and fucked off. Yeah. One of them looked like the gates that we've been seeing, and the other one, my dude, just
Like
did spatial
tore it.
rend. He just did spatial rend and left. Like,
Yep.
all right, cool. So one of you looks like Tarzan from hell, and the other one looks like Ice Elf but a sage. Alrighty. Who else is in the pronoun game? And so then for me, there's the idea of, okay, we have these insanely powerful beings. My guess is that one of them is running the game. Because that's his power. We know that Janu isn't considered to be human anymore by monsters because they don't have the drive to kill him as opposed to everyone else. We know that he can speak this language that no one else knows. Like, I do think that whoever this unique person is who's lending out powers, like, that's our GM, that's our head programmer, that's whomever, they are running the game. They are the one making players. And I would not be surprised if Dad is one of them. Dad was a firefighter before he became a hunter. Dad's been missing for forever and has been in the gates. And Dad, when he showed up in episode 1, was very, very clear about, y'all have no idea what's happening. You don't know anything that's going on or what's behind this. And we bookend it at the end of the season with the pronoun game conversation and Dad watching. So, yeah, pretty sure Dad is also a player.
Okay.
And,
I like that theory.
Yeah, would not be surprised if Dad was all, because I mean, just we've seen him do crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he understood the conversation. And he's been missing for a decade, question mark, a long time. And presumably all of that time has been in portals because he just showed up out of nowhere. And there's questions about whether or not he is a humanoid magic beast. So yeah, I think Dad is a player, possibly a prototypical player. We knew that there was the possibility for other players to be made had more of the lower ranks in that double dungeon essentially
if they stayed,
they all had, like, our surviving 8 had the potential to be players and they all bailed. If they had stayed, all of them probably would have gotten to be players. So it wasn't just a only for one person. It was a anyone who passes all of these tests gets this. So yeah, I'm very curious as to, I'm just going to be calling them the head programmer at this point because I'm still going into simulation. It's a game. Something is up. And the fact that we are continually in the opening and ending still showing Biddy Janu. We still see him. We keep seeing imagery of him being locked up or dead, but they're still very much keeping that character design around and making the audience very aware of that fact. Like, no, keep him around, keep him in your mind. Something is still up with this.
What do you think of the bringing back of the opening of season 1 as the ending?
It feels weirdly series finale to me.
It
does. I don't know why. I liked it. It's a bop.
It is a bop.
It's also very much a how far we've come sort of thing. But
yes,
yeah, it's man, who knows? Who the heck he knows? But I think we did just get some insight into the actual overarching thing that's happening with these two guys showing up, playing the pronoun game for 2 minutes, leaving, and Dad going, interesting. And also the part of the monologue that showed Dad walking away included the line, to defy fate. They're like, all right, we got to have a conversation with Dad. He's hanging out on this island with the ants. Like, all right, cool. Were you there the whole time, or did
Yeah,
you
did
show
not
up
step in.
after everything went down?
Mm-hmm.
What's the timing on this? Because it's been a couple days. Also, did you like walk under the ocean to get here? How did you get here?
Ooh, like the end is the beginning.
The end of the
Interesting.
beginning, maybe. The beginning of the middle and the end of the beginning.
Morningstar Vamp, do you think Jin might turn into a dungeon beast like the Ice Elf Assassin? Like, is that one of those being affected you
think
could
so.
change? Well, I want to circle way, way, way back to a theory I had way back when that he has died. Like, he did die, and who he is sharing or semi-hijacked by an entity's powers. And that's who he's having, that's how he's held on to all this. Now, the question is, can whoever owns those powers take them back? And that was kind of adjacent to how you were saying of somebody else's, they recognize it. So that's how other things could maybe recognize the power. Like he's taken it. Jinu's taken this. Don't go into my pronoun game. Jinu's taken this power from who knows what, or has been bestowed it by somebody, because that's the other option too. Like maybe somebody's watching and was like, you know what, boom, let's play this game and see what you do with my gift. Like it's maybe some kind of god or programmer, giving that to him,
or just extremely powerful being. Because we also have again, these people were summoned from the demon realm to be in this dungeon. They were they were gearing up together to fight against a huge threat, and then they got pulled here for whatever reason. Someone either is a god or playing god, or there's dance puppets dance going on. There's a lot of dance puppets dance happening here.
Yes.
Anyway, please continue.
So yeah, that was the theory. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's also why he is losing his humanity more, because it's like he has been disconnected from his true self, his soul, whatever his being, and being affected by this other entity / power. The other thing was like we keep, as we kind of said with Cha, she's the one that we keep introduced to about like smell. So I feel that is too much of a, hey, maybe that's the one we know in smell. So either Cha is the she, related, possible or not, we don't know. Or someone related to her, but that just feels a little too like, oh, you're just related to this character, so you have their abilities. I don't know. Or somebody else you've never met entirely, which is very possible as well. So I'm like,
the other thing is, the dude was in a hall of corpses when he said the smell is horrendous, and it had been several days since those corpses had died. They may be ants, but they're squishy, so it could just be that it smelled like death and decomposition.
Yeah.
That's the simple explanation.
Giga Derek says the dub narrator refers to Jinu as a shadow monarch, class power as he's growing, or monster category he's becoming. Interesting.
I mean,
so that is another theory.
Class power started with necromancer. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of curious on that. And then, but more in the long term, can whatever Jinu has be taken from him? Because these two entities that have come in, I think they recognize Jinu. I mean, it makes us feel like it's more the Jinu's dad that they recognize. Because I thought they were talking about him, the dad of, oh, he will clean up the mess, referring to that. But I don't know. It is the, are you trying to lead me one way or another and keep it definitely was super vague. And this is why in regular conversations, I hate the pronoun and object game. Do you know them there? No. Say specifics.
I mean, that's literally the point of this, though, is like have a frustrating conversation to make the audience go, tell me more.
Yes.
Shaking this series like it's a pinata.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in a good way. I'm excited for it all.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to guess that they didn't know Dad was there.
Okay.
And that there is, again, something else at play on this one that's, oh, yeah, he'll clean it up. Like, okay.
More. Yeah.
I think we are looking at, like, my brain just went to, like, OG Kingdom Hearts when it does the turnaround of all the Disney villains on the council, and they're all in silhouette, but also they're very distinctive silhouettes and voices, so like that's kind of what I'm seeing is like we've seen two of these people. We have 2 organization members with their hoods down. Everyone else is still sitting in those really high chairs. I'm like, all right, so we have at least 2. My guess is at least 4. So I'm going to go ahead and say 5 because a 5-man band is a thing. So I'm going to say there's 5 of these entities. Like, and we'll see. Probably be wrong, but whatever. We'll find out.
It's entertaining to make the guesses.
Find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on this episode. The finale was a satisfying finale. I felt we kind of got everything we wanted. We got the resurrection, plural, and our character that was resurrected, he got to be released. So we get that. Oh no. Okay, good. He gets to, move on in the spiritual realm. We get the Ant King as part of the army. Do we fully trust him? Question mark. I feel yes. And then everybody's safe and Genu's Newt Gate. So it's the standard. We have wrapped up mostly everything, but here's a bunch of shit that you don't know what's going on, and the adventure continues.
Yeah,
Okay,
it feels like we folded so much denouement into here, like a lot.
Yes, I was feeling this is like, here's a whole bunch of information that it was like very fast paced. I like the pace, and I really liked how Caitlin said it kind of reflects your reading pace. And I was like, that was a nice visual of absolutely, because I don't feel like we had fillers. I don't feel like we rushed it, but this was a fast one in a good way.
I think there are a few episodes this season where you really feel that fast pace.
Yes.
Not necessarily a bad thing, but okay, there's a lot going on here, and I can tell that you packed this box full.
Yep. Agreed. So anything else we didn't cover? I feel we've
covered a lot.
We did, because there was a lot.
Yes.
Again, let us know your thoughts.
Next week, over under series, season recap, season through line. Because for everyone going, what are you going to do next? We're doing season 2 of Loser Ranger next. But the next season of Loser Ranger drops on, it's a Sunday.
13th of April.
Thank you. So the next season of Loser Ranger, first episode is the 13th of April, which means that we're going to have one episode where we don't have an episode to cover. So that's going to be next week, and we'll take a look at things. Yeah.
And stay tuned, because who knows when people pop up on here. So just saying.
So the potential is solo leveling season 2 discussion, and also potentially quick recap and revisiting of the board for Loser Ranger season 1, because oh boy does Loser Ranger season 1 have a board. And for those of you who have not been watching Go Go Loser Ranger, it is available on Hulu, Disney Plus, both sub and dub. If you have not watched season 1, it's 12, 13 episodes.
That's all question mark.
One of those.
Yeah.
Highly, highly recommend. Oh my God, this show. It's a send up of Sentai genre.
12 episodes.
Thank you. It's a send up of Sentai genre, and it's basically Power Rangers does The Boys. So it goes from, oh yeah, this seems like a comedy. Oh yeah, this seems fun, to about episode 4, you're like, oh my God. Yeah, we're going back to Go Go Loser Ranger. So you have 2 weeks to watch 12 episodes. That's an episode a night. If you can keep yourself from marathoning it, which
it's very easy to want to watch more on this one.
It's so easy to be like, next one. Just really, really easy to want to finish this guy, because it's so good. It is bloody. It is violent. It does get into some uncomfortable subject matter. So please prepare yourself for that. I'm not kidding about Power Rangers does The Boys. It's not quite to the extremes that The Boys likes to take things in certain areas. But mind the content warnings. So but it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be covering on the show starting on April 14th. We're going to be looking at season 2. We are doing the sub schedule instead of the dub schedule, which is what we've done previously. So as it airs, basically.
And also, while you wait, things you should check out, movies, books, games that tide you over that you're like, well, what media? I finally finished it. Yay! So I just finished
Yay!
Firekeeper's Daughter. Yeah, I don't often read super hefty books. I love reading, but it's the needing to sit down and focus. It is excellent. Also with that one, there are some intense concepts, themes, and stuff that happen. So just let you know. But it was really good. In the end, I did cry. Not because anything like super, super sad, but just kind of the culmination of everything and some of the messaging and like the author notes. I'm like,
Oh,
well, just like how they explain it, how things like getting to get there. So whenever you read a book, go read the author's note because it's so nice to get in their head of like what were they thinking? Like Silos. Oh my gosh! Like speaking back to that one, Silos also a really great book. The first book, author started that book. Hop, skip, a jump here, but started writing Silo because his grief of his dog dying. I'm like, what? Oh, you gotta laugh because you're gonna cry. But Firekeeper's Daughter was really great talking about that, and really enjoyed it as a whole. And now I'm like, okay, what am I gonna read next? But really enjoyed that. Movie wise, checked out Novocaine in theaters. That is very fun. Speaking of The Boys, that is an incredibly violent movie. So if you don't want body horror of how you could hurt a body, it might be too much for you. But it's
mind your
very
content
entertaining.
warnings.
Yes. It's very fun, but it is like in the trailer, even of someone, he can't feel pain and goes after these people that have kidnapped the girl he likes. And there's even a scene, I think, in a trailer where a gun is in like a vat of boiling oil and he reaches in to grab it and he can't feel pain. So if stuff like that bothers you, there's a lot. So it's like, I was definitely. And adjacent to that, another one that's also wonderfully gory, but really entertaining. I just started The Pit. It's on HBO and it is like a ER type show and they it's like but it's a really good drama and very fast paced and like exciting. And if you like medical dramas, I like that it's giving you House vibes of like, wait, what is the problem? But also a little sprinkle of Grey's Anatomy, but not soap opera-y, but it's all in the ER. Like it's only ER, and so far I'm a few episodes in, but really liking that one of like, but if you're squeamish, there are some things, just letting you know. So yeah.
Like if you're squeamish, maybe not that one.
Yeah. So I was like, I had my emotional roller coaster watching things this weekend of things that like just make you feel stuff. Or you're sad for them because like they deal with like what happens if someone had an accidental fentanyl exposure. So you're like, well, yeah. So there are also some topics in that, but so far so good.
All right.
What about you?
Well, I am once again going to plug The Day the Earth Blew Up because it's fun. And because it has had such a limited distribution, not certain how long it's going to be in theaters. Like we're already kind of at like 2-3 showings a day at my local one. So I'm going again this week, again, to go with a friend who hasn't seen it yet, putting my money where my mouth is. And also, it's just a fun movie. So, yes, if you need some levity and some joy in your life, and like, who the hell doesn't at this point, for real, definitely go see The Day the Earth Blew Up. It is very fun. I am continuing on with the Murderbot novels. I finished the second most recent one on the plane back from Nashville. And I didn't put it up here, so I don't have it with me to show off. But I am currently reading System Collapse, which is the most recent one, which dropped in 2023, according to the publication date. So it's probably going to remain the most recent one for a hot minute. They're really good, you guys. I love this sci-fi. I love this weird sci-fi kind of dystopia. And the fact that it's based on essentially hyper capitalism is, start reading this going, all right, that's a little wild, but sure, I'll buy it. And then the more you get into it and the practices of these corporations and whatnot, the more it's kind of like, that's uncomfortable for many reasons, especially since I'm living in the United States. But yeah, no, highly recommend the Murderbot Diaries, all of them. The prose is very snappy and quick. They're just a lot of fun. They are a lot of fun. So get them from your local library, get them from your local bookstore. Make sure you shop local. But yeah, or get them from bookshop.org, which does support local bookstores if you would like to purchase a book online. Yeah, aside from that, again, I spent the weekend in Tennessee for my cousin's wedding. And I
Mhm.
will say, if you have a Cracker Barrel within driving distance of you, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. You're like, what's so special about a Cracker Barrel? It's the literal best fried chicken I've ever had in my life this weekend. Oh my God. We don't get these in Los Angeles. Had one
Mm.
in cities that I was in growing up, but it was my first time back at a Cracker Barrel in 20 years. Every bit as good as I remember it. So, yes, I am recommending the Cracker Barrel. It's just really good food, and it was so cheap. It was so cheap.
Mhm.
It was for a dinner and a drink, it was $18. And it was enough food that we split it between the two of us and we were both fine. Like, oh
Nice.
my God. And of course, the closest
Also,
Cracker Barrel is 2 hours away from where it's closer to you than to me.
did they have a apple butter? Because the Florida one, they have
Yes.
apple butter, but there was one in Santa Maria, which is gone now, which I'm very sad. They did not have the apple butter. And I'm like, wait, is this an East Coast regional thing? Because
So here's the
damn it.
thing. You can buy that apple butter online. You can also
Oh,
buy
you could
the baked apples online. I did that. Well, yeah, go visit the Cracker Barrel near you. They're amazing. I did that during the pandemic. I bought baked apples from the Cracker
Ah.
Barrel online because I was losing my mind, and I don't think I ever got it back.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, there's a Cracker Barrel in Camarillo. So
Okay.
again, closer to you than me.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you're near a Cracker Barrel, be grateful for it because man, that was really, and maybe it's just Dixon, Tennessee as a really good Cracker Barrel, but like, man. Yeah, and if you ever go to Nashville, we had maybe 3 hours to see the city before we had to leave. The Ryman tour was very fun, and Tootsie's Orchid Bar or Tootsie's Orchid Lounge, amazing. I wish we'd had time to go to more honky tonks, but it's like hole in the wall bar. It had 2 floors and there was a different band on each floor playing country
Mm.
music. They had good food, they had really good drinks. And I guess there's just a whole street of them in
Hmm.
Nashville. If we'd had time to bar hop, we would have because it was very fun. But again, we had like 3 hours. So yeah, Nashville's a good time. I recommend
right.
Nashville. It was a long flight, but good time. Good time.
Real quick too, Giga Dark says if you want more solo leveling, check out the mobile game. As of now, all summons are characters we've seen in the show with a few game originals. And no, neither New Sword Guy nor the Gate people are there yet. All right.
I would imagine trying to include them would be spoilers.
You know what though? Marvel Strike Force has done things like that where they've introduced characters and it's like, hey, that's gonna be in the movie probably or show. I don't know about spoilers, but it is the leading. But yeah, I would think they would wait to introduce those. Awesome.
I mean, to be
Well,
fair, Marvel has like 8 billion characters and you can
that
bring in
too.
God and everyone. So,
Yeah. All right. So thank you everybody for joining us. We mentioned this one. I think Gigdar says I'd like to recommend Loner Life in Another World, Isekai students, and the loner trying his hardest to live alone.
Yeah.
Or maybe we talked about
I
another
will
one.
say, now that Zenshu has finished, watch Zenshu. I still have to finish it myself. I'm 4 episodes behind, so I need to find time to just sit down and finish it. But it's very, very powerful and extremely well animated. I haven't seen the ending yet. I still very much recommend it. Good stuff.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Nighttime at the Nerd Bar. If you joined us live, fabulous. Thank you for tuning in and joining in the live chat. And if you're watching this later, happy to have you here. Comment down below on the different topics that we have addressed. You can go find us over on Twitter and Blue Sky at NTATNB. Be sure to like and subscribe here on the Fanversation channel. We have lots of cool playlists of different interviews and other coverage, or look back in our playlist here of Nighttime at the Nerd Bar. Maybe we've covered another anime you enjoy. And Fanversation is also on social media platforms. Katie, where can people find you online?
You can follow me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I'm also on a horror-based YouTube channel called Silver Screams.
All right. And y'all can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. I mentioned before, I guess the most recent thing is Gloria Summer interview, independent film. That's here on the Fanversation channel, linked in last week's video. But if you just go to like videos, you'll see it right there. And stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed here and that notification bell, because there are scattered events coming up in the future. So you want to get ready for that when new videos drop.
Yes.
And yep, I think that about covers it. Stay tuned for Go Go Loser Ranger next, and recap / possible surprises next week. We shall see.
Yeah.
And
we will see how life shakes out.
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you all next time. Take care.
Have a good
Bye.
week. Stay safe out there. We love you.